Marshfield Community Television presents the Ram Report, a series of interviews with the varsity programs at Marshfield High School. We are fortunate today to have with us members of the varsity girls basketball team. We have Coach Levings with us, Greg Levings. Thank you for joining us, Greg.
Thank you for having us.
And if I could just ask you to introduce the ladies on your left, that would be great. And if you don't mind sharing with us, a little bit about each of them as you go through that process.
Absolutely. Yes, thanks again for having us. I know we got delayed and glad we finally got in here, so thank you. To my left, we have Danielle Bergeron. She's a senior captain, a 3-year starter for the Rams, and she's done a great job throughout her career, and this year being a really good leader. She's our point guard. She defends the other team's best player. And every night, you can depend on her to show up and play hard. So that's DB. And then on the end, we have Sid. Again, another 3-year starter. Plays soccer as well for me. So she has back-to-back seasons of hearing my voice. So that's a lot for her. But she's done a really good job this year and last year of scoring the ball when we need it and making big shots throughout the season. So they're both really good captains. I ask them to do a lot. And they're always there for me, and they do a really good job, not only for me, but for the team and the program. So they're 2 really good players.
Well stated. Thanks for joining us. Congratulations on your captaincy.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Coach, what have you seen in your team this year, and if you can speak to the team to this point, and also in terms of the 2 ladies with us, what's the development been like for them as you've seen them from the time you first met them in the program?
The major difference between this year and last year was just them getting used to me, as a coach and as a head coach. And I think, gaining that trust in each other and, what we were trying to accomplish took a little bit of time. And once, we got some rhythm and got some practices going, I think they really bought into it. So I think this year the transition's been a little bit easier just because they're a little more comfortable with the system. And they're really starting to understand kind of spacing and what we're trying to do offensively. And then this year our big emphasis is we want to defend a little bit better. And when we defend and everyone buys in, we can go and transition and score a lot of points. So they've done a really good job with that. And I think that's kind of just the next step for us to keep getting better.
And so then just digging into that a little bit deeper, you've sort of alluded to what's working. What do you think you need to improve upon as the season rolls along?
Our big point of emphasis right now is, we have times where we shoot really well and we have good rhythm, but we also go in times where we go into some lulls and we let teams kind of hang around instead of finishing things. So that's just going to come with more games, people getting comfortable with each other, and just being in those situations. And we're lucky enough where, we don't have to have one person go out and score 25. I mean, they can. Sid did it. DB did it the other night. Sid did it against Quincy. Taylor did it one night. I forget the exact days. But, but we're lucky enough to, and they can do it, but we don't need them to. And the other night we had great balance scoring, and we're really hard to defend when we do that. So that's a lucky point for us.
That's great. And it's worked to this point.
Yeah.
Right. Danielle, tell me about this team, sort of the character of this team, and if you can maybe dive into a player on the roster or players that have surprised you and stepped up.
Yeah, we're really close in the beginning of the season. We were kind of separated, divided, but as time gone on, we came much closer. It started even last year with Taylor Brilliant, Allie Ferris. We all became best friends last year, and it developed over to the season, which is good, which led to trust on the court too. So we know everyone has each other's back. If someone's not having a good night, we know the other person will pick us up and we'll just start going again, which is good.
That's great. Great answer. Sid, anything you can add to that? And if there's anybody you want to call out from the bench, from the starters, whatever it's your moment.
The bench definitely brings a lot of energy, and we have 3 returning starters, and Allie Ferris sometimes started last year too. So I think that we're definitely playing on that same chemistry from last year, which has definitely started out our season really well, 4 wins already. So it's just nice to have a lot of returning players. But then we also have a couple sophomores Haley McPhee, and then the returning seniors. We've always been good friends with them. We've been playing with Sarah and Lila since fifth grade. So it's just really nice to have them there all the time.
Right. Is there a heavier weight for you guys? I'll start with you so we don't speak at the same time. Is there a heavier weight as a captain? Do you feel a different role?
Not too much. Definitely the leadership role is a little bit different, but last year everyone also had like a similar leadership role with a new coach and stuff, so it's been pretty balanced. It still felt like a lot of fun. Feels like a lot of fun.
Danielle, anything?
Yeah, I feel like just having like the title captain, like we don't necessarily like speak upon it because I feel like everyone that's team, they're like captains individuals. So yeah, we like all have our leadership roles, so it's not really just like us two like saying or like pointing out what to do. I feel like everyone plays a role in it.
So you've won 4 games to this point and lost 1. Where can this team go from here?
Yeah, I think we can make a really long run in the playoffs, state playoffs, and we have a chance to win the Patriot League. I think we have a really good chance with that, so I think we'll go really far this year.
Sid?
That's the same thing. We have never been in the state tournament. We played freshman and sophomore, but we didn't make the tournament, so that will look like a lot of fun this year. We're definitely excited for that, just to go far and extend our season.
That's great. All right, I'm just going to go with the question we talked about earlier. You've got 1 free throw to win the game, Sid. You look down the bench. Who's taking that shot, the free throw?
I think Sadie Elwood. She's a pretty consistent shooter, so probably her.
Okay. And I know you agree, but if I made you pick somebody else, who would it be?
Definitely Sadie McCabe. Last night, we do these free throws, and she got the highest record with 23 in a row last night. So definitely Sadie McCabe.
All right. Well, you're going to have to maybe grease her with a little money after this. And then open shot. You know, you're calling the play in the huddle. Who's going to take that shot to win the game besides the free throw line?
Well, Levs was saying it earlier, but I would say if the ball finds me, GB, or Taylor, it will work out pretty well. Like, doesn't really matter which one of us would take it. So it's like pretty nice to have 3 people on the court at all times that like could take it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. All right, Coach, I'm not going to put you in that position. I think that's a no-win for you. So we're just going to move from there. Sticking with the players, Sid, lunchtime comes. What's your go-to lunch? You didn't bring it. You got to get it from the cafeteria.
Oh,
what are you going with?
You know the answer.
I feel like you should ask GB this question because I bring my lunch every day. And
all right,
she
what's your go-to that you bring?
Definitely the chicken patty. When it's chicken patty day, I always get it, even if I have a lunch, because usually I bring it every day on my own lunch. But no, when it's chicken patty, I feel like everyone gets it. And it has to be the spicy, not the mild one.
The spicy is the way to go?
One.
Okay,
Yeah.
That seems to be the consensus too, just from the other teams. What do you bring? What's your go-to lunch?
I literally bring the exact same lunch every single day. Like some type of vegetable, turkey sandwich, I don't know.
All right, Coach?
Well,
you weren't prepared for
no,
this,
I am.
right?
That's all right. I bring pretty much the same lunch every day. I'm a turkey sandwich, some chips, and maybe some carrots. So I'm pretty simple.
Any
with that,
particular
man.
type of chip?
I like those Cape Cod chips.
You like the kettle cooked?
Yeah,
All right.
I like those.
All right. Sid, one thing that your coach says repeatedly, like think for 1 second, years from now, you'll look back and say, what was it he always said? Because you get him in 2 sports.
I feel like if I say, well, he always asks us to buy in. Like, he'll like pause practice, make us all come in and be like, I need you guys to buy in right now. But that's the first thing that came to mind. I feel like you could easily think of another one.
Yeah, mine would be definitely the volleyball lines because we have these volleyball lines on the court and they're like as wide as possible. So he wants us to go there to like spread out and space out. And I remember at practice last night, I wasn't far enough outside the line, so he kept stopping it to make sure like I do it in games, so it doesn't become a bad habit of me coming too close in the middle. So then it messes up our offense.
So one thing I noticed the other night against Plymouth North was you guys were widening. You had great lanes, right? It's just something from the vantage point that I'm lucky enough to get. Mm-hmm. It was so clear to me that you were spreading and it was working and they couldn't stop you. It's really, when things are working like that, it's really fun to watch from up there. Okay, so who do you model your game after? Danielle.
It's a tough one, but probably it's like the classic one. Probably Steph Curry right now, just because he's an insane shooter, and he just has a great character too.
Yeah. Sid?
I just watch a lot of the Celtics, so I would probably say like Jason Tatum or like Jaylen Brown, but yeah.
Okay. Coach, as you can say a coach or a player, but I'm going to go with coach.
I wasn't very good. So, coaching style-wise, I really like Mike Neighbors from the University of Arkansas. I think he does an unbelievable job communicating with his players, and that's something as a coach that we all try to be better at, and I really like the way that he does that. So that's someone that I like.
Great. Who's got the best nickname on the team?
Probably Taylor's up there. We call her Tay Buckets.
Tay Buckets?
Yeah, we call her Tay Buckets, definitely.
Sid, do you agree?
Yeah.
All right. Coach, do you have one?
I think Sammy Zaslow. Mr. Landry calls her Sam Bam. I think that's pretty
true.
funny.
I've heard about that.
What is your favorite gym in the Patriot League besides your home gym? I'm going to start with you, Sid, because I see Danielle thinking.
Yeah, I got to think first.
This is like weird. I like playing at Hingham because their student section is like so annoying. Like they're really like their student section brings us energy though.
Yeah.
So and every time we play there, it's always a good game because obviously Hingham's like a very competitive team. So I don't know if it's like their gym. It's more just like playing them, but going there is pretty fun.
I have to say Plymouth North. I don't know why. It's probably because like they have the exact same gym as us, so it just kind of reminds me of just playing at home, so it's easier. And I just like block out the fans really, so.
Sort of new construction, right? Yeah. Well, believe it or not, we've come to the end already. And I want to thank you both for coming on. Again, congratulate you on your captaincy and the success to this point. Good luck for the rest of the season, and hopefully we can get you back at another stage in the season. And Coach, thank you for sticking with this, and we've gone back and forth for a number of weeks, and finally we were able to make this happen. So thank you for spending time with us. And to the audience, thank you for joining us today. And we'd like to again acknowledge Sid, Danielle, and Coach Levings for coming in and participating in the Ram Report. We'll be back with girls hockey next, and we look forward to having you here. Thank you.